can live a full life. After all, what is the need of human beings today? Peace is one need, which is personal, which is social. Prosperity is another need, so that we can live a comfortable life. And happiness is another need. Peace, prosperity, and happiness. And this is what we are searching for. But in order to search for peace, prosperity, and happiness, we have to bring a balance in our life, which till today we have not been able to do. And therefore, recommendation is that in our routine, at least 10 minutes, either morning or night before going to sleep, one should just sit quietly. And for few moments, for those 10 minutes, disconnect from the world. I am not the husband, I am not the father, I am not the wife, I am not the daughter, I am not the son, I am not a friend. I am nothing except the pure spirit. Disconnection with the association with the world. Disconnect with the associations with family for those 10 minutes and just be yourself. And when you be yourself, at that time, observe your breath. Observe your breath. Because breath reflects the state of body, and it reflects the state of mind, it reflects the state of emotions which we are facing at present moment. And it is a known fact that whatever we feel inside changes the rhythm of breath. When we are anxious, our breathing is different. When we are relaxed, our breathing is different. When we are angry, our breathing is different. When we are fearful, our breathing is different. When we are joyous and happy, our breathing is different. Breath is the measuring tool of the mental and emotional states. And for those 5-10 minutes, you simply observe your breath and lengthen the breath. Make the breath long and deep. And make it so that you are not at all under any kind of tension or stress during breathing, but be totally comfortable and relaxed. And with breath, you use a particular mantra. What is a mantra? Mantra is a sound, a vibration, a frequency. Because after all, our body is compressed energy, nothing more than that. If you look at yourself with a super microscope, what would you see? Behind the layer of skin, muscles, ligaments, into bones, when you go into the atomic structure, even inside the atom, you will find an energy, pulsation of energy. Solid matter, this, is nothing but compressed energy. And that has been the development of the elements as well. The 5 elements, space is the first container, the first element, which contains all the other elements in it. Then from space comes air, gross form. From air, it evolves into fire. From fire, water. From water, earth. These are the 5 elements. And symbolically, these 5 elements are pulsations of energy. Just as matter is compressed energy and space is vast, infinite energy. So mantra is also a sound, a vibration, which alters the frequencies of body, brain, and mind. One experiment was done in Barcelona in the year 1979. I was called to one hospital, and they said to me, is there a method by which we can reduce the tension in people when they come for operation? I said, yes, there is. What is that method? Mantra chanting. What mantra? I said, let us experiment. We hooked about 20 people with ECG, EEG, ECG, GSR, the biofeedback system. And we asked them to simply sit straight, on bed, on chair, wherever possible, and to simply breathe in deeply, and upon exhalation, chant the mantra Om. 5 minutes, that's all. And what was observed? That there was an increase in alpha activity. There was reduction in the heartbeat. The blood pressure came down to normal levels, which of course increases at the time of anxiety. It came down. And the mental fear, the mental tension reduced. The result of this, that the anesthesia which was given prior to any operation or surgery, the quantity of anesthesia reduced by 50%. And after the surgery, they were taken through a process of deep relaxation, where they were able to visualize and witness the healing taking place in their own body and to direct their own mental forces to enforce the healing. And this happened in 1979. And last year, when I was in Barcelona, I was happy to hear from the doctors that this program is still going on in that hospital. And people are being benefited by it. And nobody has any objection to the chanting of the mantra. And this is one of the effects of the mantra. So when we are breathing in and when we are breathing out, mentally, you don't even have to chant it. You have to say it mentally. At the time of inhalation, the mantra So, S-O. And at the time of exhalation, the mantra Hum, H-A-M. So at the inhalation, Hum during exhalation. So inhalation, Hum exhalation. Making the breath longer and deeper each time. And after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, gradually externalize the mind, externalize the consciousness, and slowly open your eyes. This 10 minutes of practice will change the entire perspective of life if you try it. And it is not that difficult. You give 23 hours and 50 minutes to your work, to your family, to your society, but give 10 minutes in 24 hours to experiencing that serenity within yourself. And that's all you need to do. Just as Dr. Kiran Bedi was saying few moments ago, that on a rock, water falls drop by drop, drop by drop, drop by drop. In course of time, it makes a place for itself. It makes a hole. It becomes a container. The hole becomes bigger and bigger and bigger with each drop of water that falls in it. In the same manner, you do not have to begin your spiritual journey by doing 2 hours or 3 hours of practices with great gusto, and then the balloon deflates after a week. No, just 10 minutes. Nothing more than that. Breath and mantra, breath and mantra. And you will discover that in a very short time, in less than 30 days, the quality of your mind improves. You become more sensitive to the needs of your feelings and emotions and attitudes and thoughts and ideas. And you are able to find the right way to express them without coming into confrontation with any situation. Just as water flows, and despite all the barriers that you can put in the water, it will find its way by going around it. In the same manner, our own behaviors, our own responses to the situations in life that we face changes with 10 minutes of meditation every day. And let this be the beginning of the spiritual journey in your life. Of course, there are many people who advocate and profess many things, and they are right. But how do we incorporate those principles and those ideas or those practices in our routine? That is the point. We all like to be promoted. You know, a donkey belonged to a washerman, and it was used to carrying the loads of clothes. One day, washerman sold the donkey to a bookseller. And now instead of carrying loads of clothes, the donkey was carrying loads of books. And the donkey started to feel, okay, now I have become knowledgeable because now I am carrying books. Please don't mind me saying it. We are all like that donkey. Because a little thing that we receive, we begin to believe that we know. And that knowledge is only superficial, it is only intellectual, it is not experiential. We have to move into experiential dimension of life and not intellectual dimension of life. And it is the experience which brings maturity to mind, it is the experience which brings maturity to emotions, it is the experience which brings maturity to life. If there is no experience, there is no maturity. And spiritual life is a process of experiencing ourselves, of rediscovering ourselves. And let us go on a journey of a small discovery. So I will request all of you to please close your eyes for a few moments. Sit straight. Place your feet flat on the floor and hands on top of the thighs. Keep the spine straight and gently close your eyes. Now with your eyes closed, become aware of the whole body. Mentally, internally, see the posture of your body, the way you are sitting, the placement of your feet, the position of your legs, where the hands are kept on top of the thighs or knees, the posture of the spine. Try to see the whole body internally as if you are looking at yourself in an inner mirror. In your mind, visualize a mirror and try to see your body reflected in that mirror and see yourself. See yourself reflected in that mirror. Now observe the breath. Feel the breath inside the nostrils. When you inhale, feel the coolness of breath as it passes through the nostrils inside. And as you exhale, feel the warmth of the breath as it comes out. Be attentive to the experience of coolness and warmth as the breath comes in and goes out. Now, visualize a transparent tube extending from the navel to the eyebrow center inside your body. And in that transparent tube, as you inhale, see the breath come up from navel to eyebrow center, as if you are pulling the breath from the navel to the eyebrow center upon inhalation, and as you exhale, see the breath go down from eyebrow center down to navel. Just as one can see the movement of water in a plastic pipe, in the same manner, visualize the movement of breath from navel to eyebrow center and eyebrow center down to navel. Now, let us try another experiment. I will count from 1 to 7. And as I begin the count from 1, you start breathing in, and you should finish breathing in when I say 7. And again you start breathing out when I say 1, and finish breathing out when I say 7. And go on seeing the breath movement in the passage between the navel and the eyebrow center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And continue in this manner for a few more moments. Observe the ascending breath and the descending breath between the navel and the eyebrow center. And confine the respiration to the count of 7. You can adjust your breathing so that you are comfortable. 7 seconds breathing in, 7 seconds breathing out. And now, mentally, as you inhale, say the mantra So, S-O. As you exhale, say the mantra Hum, H-A-M. So is the sound of ascending breath, and Hum is the sound of descending breath. So with inhalation, Hum with exhalation. with total awareness, mentally say the mantra Soham with every inhalation and exhalation, and do this practice for a few moments. Identify completely with movement of the breath and the mantra. Now stop this practice and just become aware of yourself. Any thought that comes to your mind, observe it. Do not try to think, but be an observer of all thoughts that come into the mind. It happens many times that when you begin to observe the thoughts, they don't come. If that is the case, then become aware of the thoughtless state. The moment you become aware of the thoughtless state of mind, you will observe that thoughts will again emerge from the depth of consciousness. Just be a witness to thoughts. Just be a witness to the absence of thoughts, as the case may be. Do not try to think, just observe whatever kind of thought. Now we are going to use another mantra, Om. And the practice of this mantra will be in the following manner. Breathe in deeply, and as we breathe out, we begin to chant short Oms in the following manner. Om, 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 Om. 7 Oms. Then again you breathe in 7 seconds. Then again 7 Oms. Om, 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 Om. Let us all try. Don't wait for anybody, just begin. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Now take a deep breath in, and we shall chant the mantra Om 3 times. Om. Again breathe in. Again breathe in. Feel the space and the silence within you. Become aware of the state of silence and space inside you and around you. Hari Om Tat Sat. We stop this practice. Gradually move your hands, move your feet, shake your legs, and then slowly open your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. This is the short meditative practice which I would recommend that everyone practices daily, whenever possible, for 5 to 7 minutes. And by practicing this, you will not be converting yourself, rather you will be improving yourself. And I hope that this simple form of meditation is a beginning of your spiritual understanding. Because eventually, as the global warming is taking place, human heart is cooling down. And when the human heart cools down and it is not warm anymore, then separation and distances increase between people. But if we are able to warm up our own hearts by connecting with our own inner strength, by developing an understanding and experience of silence and peace, we shall be able to not only improve the quality of our life, but also the quality of our society and also the planet in which we live. And therefore, yoga in its broadest sense means connection between, not only between the individual soul and the higher soul, but also with the environment and with other human beings who all share the basic qualities of life in the same manner. Thank you very much. Hari Om Tat Sat.